But that's what I'm saying. These guys in the industry, they have access to people that we can't even imagine. You've been in the industry at the highest levels. You know what I'm saying? Is this shit like the military?
Man, come on. Think about it. These are corporations, so they're directly dealing with the government in so many different capacities. And this is my thing. When I got into the business, even to this day, like I always tell people, I have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So I'm still in the major side of things, always seeing what's going on. But guess what? I can leave and go home to my indie shit, and I'm not a prisoner of that shit. And I can function and do business with people, but it's on my own terms of how I want to function. But back to that question, absolutely it's military. It's feds. It's everything. Because everybody's making money. So how easy is it to have the feds or the CIA involved in for security or this, that, and the third when you're dealing with all that anyway? Because the corporations, the bankers, all this shit is the same thing. It goes right back to war because, like, y'all know that's woke. And for the people out there that's not woke yet, bankers control when wars happen. Bankers control what the military gets. Because when they got these big-ass contracts for defense, what do you think they're doing it for? Where do you think it's coming from? Where do you think it's going? It's about making money. So when you look at these music companies, guess what they really do? They have other products. They're corporations. So automatically they deal with the government. Why wouldn't you think that? It ain't just about police. People like, oh, they got police. No, they got feds. They got CIA. They got military branches. This is easy. That's an easy one. So that's why I be like, all that tough talk shit is not going to get you through the door and you're going to strong arm a deal. You're going to instantly incriminate yourself and get thrown under a jail.
Oh, yeah. They have a way of making people disappear. They have a way of making people go away.
Forever.
Yeah,
ever.
It's crazy. Because, you've seen powerful people get in the industry. You know what I'm saying? You see them go to the top, and then sometimes they just fall all the way down to the bottom. You know, and a lot of people don't pay attention to what's going on. But if you look at it, you can kind of tell that, okay, this guy got more money than he was supposed to, according to these guys at the top. You know, is there like a limit that they have where guys can't go past a certain level, so to speak? Like when a guy gets up there too high,
I couldn't answer that because I don't know the cap. I don't know the cap on anybody's salary. But I mean, you can look at the way the streets work when you move in weight and you start to get too big, and people come at you, and they be like, "Wait, it ain't gonna work like that. We got to work together. Or I'm gonna shut you down." It's the same way in business, and especially when you have agencies or whatever that watch the money that you make. That's why the IRS is so notorious on people and other, whatever. And people are watching your money. And when it comes to this music business, everybody's watching your money. Everybody's watching your success. Everybody's criticizing. Everybody's scheming on how to steal your shit. So it can be a lot of things that come into play, but that's on a case-to-case basis of how you can talk about that. But, of course, there's going to be caps because if people don't want you happy, then you know damn well they don't want you being wealthy unlimited. So there's going to be those snares and those things that come along. But the beauty of how it works for you being indie, like I always tell people when they ask, I want to be successful, and I say, okay, well, define success for me. And so for the people out there listening, have you ever really taken the time to define what your success is supposed to contain and what it'll look like? Stop basing your success on what the Migos are doing or Travis Scott is doing or Kendrick is doing. What is your own idea of your success and what does it contain? And if you readily can't say right now to me or while you're listening to me in your mind see your success play by play, then you're not ready for the next steps. You have to be able to envision this. It's just not, I'm going to be on top and I'm going to be the hottest nigga. What does that mean? There's a lot of niggas that's on top and the hottest niggas and they don't have their publishing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They in 360 deals. They trap for 7, 8, 9 albums.
Oh, man.
They might not even be getting all the show money. They might not even be getting all the show money because they, what'd you say, bro?
No, created genres.
What'd you say?
Some of them created subgenres within hip-hop, and they don't even get recognized for that.
Right. They're not even getting paid properly. Or they got managers that they trust, and they're taking them to the cleaners. So what you see is not always what you get. So stop basing your success on what other people show you as success. You have to know what your own success is. And the point I was trying to make with that was success in its essence is that you are being successful. You are making a living off of your dream. Now, to what degree is the difference? You've done the labors, and now you're seeing the fruits of your labor. To what capacity? I don't have to do X, Y, and Z anymore. And my art, my dream is now paying the bills. My dream is now allowing my daughter to go to this kind of school, or my son. My mom don't have to live here anymore, and blah, blah, blah. That's success. But above all else, you're happy and you're healthy. So when people start really putting it in perspective, because comparing is the poison. Stop trying to compare yourself to other people. Only look at yourself and the path that you have to take. But you can use other people's journeys as examples of what to do and what not to do. But how the end line looks for you is not going to be the same as it was for them. Know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's real talk. You got to have your own path. You can't rely on anybody else. You know, and the reason I brought up the stuff about the industry and what goes on is because I want the independent artists to realize if you keep chasing that big industry deal, you know what I'm saying, that lottery ticket, that winning lottery ticket, that's so rare. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen.
Exactly. Right.
The chances, it's like a Powerball. While you keep chasing that, you could be putting your effort into your independent grind, building up a fan base that will fuck with you every time you drop. Every time you put out a video, a project, have a show, if you build that core fan base, almost like a politician, get out there and meet the people and network with them, they're going to fuck with you. And that's what people don't understand. They just think, hey, I'm going to put a hashtag that's popular, and I'm going to put my video on SoundCloud or on YouTube and my song up on SoundCloud, and I'm just going to hope it takes off. It doesn't work that way. I mean,
right.
maybe if lightning strikes twice, if you're looking at it in those terms and those odds. I'm glad you're here, Bishop, man. I really am, because you, like I said, you've been on the most successful label there is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it wasn't successful for me. It wasn't successful for me because there was a bunch of bullshit going on. So look, to build back from scratch and keep going. Now having those relationships still intact now and moving forward, I'm not going back to a major. When I reconnected with Dre, I didn't ask Dre for a new deal. Me and Dre have our bond, and what Dre gives me is knowledge for me to move forward on how to navigate my own career. But I learned from my mistakes being signed to a label. It doesn't work for everybody. Other people it can work for. But I never stop. That's another thing. You can't stop when things go wrong. And that's the importance of having more jobs than one. Even when I was at Aftermath, my dad got his own construction company. He taught me construction. So I still stayed doing construction when I needed to. Still have construction now. Still have other outlets to make money. I'm not focused on just being a rapper. I'm an activist. I'm into acting. I'm into all kind of things because I'm in the tech sector of creating ideas, being a creative and creating new technology, thinking of new ways to connect things. I'm into everything I possibly can if it's important to me. But I never miss the bottom line, and that is bills continue to come. So if you don't sell records or you don't have shows, what's going to pay the bills? This shit is not promised, and this shit is not forever. And there's going to be a cold time. There's going to be a winter. It's not always going to be hot. In all businesses, sales slump. And you got to be able to survive and recreate yourself and do X, Y, and Z. But in the meantime, in between time, what are you doing to help make that process happen? So for indie artists, look at the power you have to reach around the world. Look at what you can really do if you look around your collective of the people that are really working hard and the great things that you can create, instead of trying to compare yourself to something that's being pushed by a corporation that has $1 billion with their eyes closed to make it look successful, to make sure it's on all the radio stations, to make sure that video plays everywhere, to make sure the views are in 200, 300 million, when that stuff done by nerds to program and make it look like it's got that many views. It's a lot of views, but it's never always those views. But those are the examples of success, so you buy into it. Man, look how many people looked at it. Man, blah, 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 look how much streams. And you believe it. And that's a part of not being able to think for yourself and go, damn, a lot of this stuff is paid for. I need to be making money so I can be competitive too. Talent might get you through the door, but skill and intelligence will keep you there, and flexibility to be able to morph when you need to into other things. I'll shut up so y'all can talk. I apologize again.
No, I was just about to say, do you think if you would have stayed independent as opposed to going with a major label, when you first came out, you would be in a better situation than you is now, or the fact that you was on a major and had to go through some of these things made it better for you now?
That's a great question, and it varies in the answer. So we'll start like this. Before I was even signed to Aftermath, I had LA on fire, and I had the streets on fire because me and my cats did this. Me and my bro, Crash Dummy, Marcus Miller. You know what I'm saying? We started this thing in Carson out his garage. You know, his mom put up with our noise, and we moved in the streets. When we put together the money for Who I Gotta Kill to get a record deal with DJ Rampage, we did this shit ourselves. I was hustling everywhere. I made friends up at Interscope, and I used their mailing room to mail out my mixtapes. And where they were sending their shit, my shit got sent too. So there I am amongst all these niggas with real budgets. Use your smarts. I was free. Right. I had it everywhere. I already had 3 or 4 songs on the radio before I even met Dre, off my own work. I was already on Alcoholics' album, the last one they did. Already. I was already on video games like True Crimes and whatever else, already branding myself. I was already doing shows. I already done shows at the House of Blues with other people, just building up my buzz. So coming to being signed to a major, I had my choices. I was sitting in a meeting with Clive Davis. I met with Sony. I met with Atlantic. I met with everybody. But I made the choice with Aftermath. But everything was at my fingertips. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I wouldn't be the man I am today if success happened then, because I still wasn't ready for it, and I would have got lost. This is me knowing myself, because this is another thing that's going to help people out there. You have to really get in tune with who you are and know yourself. And like Dave Chappelle said, shout out to Dave Chappelle. I hope he listens to your show. After this, maybe he will. He needs to. But that's a great man that I always, when I get to see him and get to build with him, what his journey has been is a greater level of what I went through, where you have to know your worth. And when it's worth more, when they try to take more from you than you are willing to give up, you walk away.